Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to our second episode after our 1 year
Hiatus.
hiatus. Welcome to our Yeah Sure podcast.
Welcome back.
Honestly, it feels so nice to be back because it's just so nice to sit here and
Yeah.
talk. We love ourselves.
Yeah, we honestly, I love hearing my voice.
Want to chat?
Yeah, sure. I actually
No.
hate hearing my voice. I'm not
Yeah,
even going to
same.
lie
No,
about
no,
that.
it's not about the voice. It's about just being able to talk and say what we want to say. Today, we were like, let's do something fun.
Yeah.
And because we were talking about our recent travel to Andorra and España, Spain,
That's fine.
and a lot of funny things happen.
There was a time like that. Should I tell them?
Yeah, but hold on. I was just thinking back in like beginning of when we got married. I remember we came back from our first year anniversary, Paris, and then we did south of France, and we were there for like 2 weeks, like a little less than 2 weeks, 12 days. And then once we got back, like a few days later after we got back, I don't know if you remember, but I remember this today in the shower,
Okay.
and I was laughing so hard. Like 2, 3 days goes by, and I'm like, babe, how come we haven't had a date night? Like we need to do something. And you're like, you were shocked. You were like so like puzzled.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? We haven't done anything. You're like, we just came back from 2 weeks where we went to restaurants 3, 4 times a day. Every single meal was a date.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, that's true. And then I was like, but I mean here in our
Yeah.
town.
You know what though? For all them guys out there, I think we still got to stay on point at home. For all the people in a relationship, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay? You still got to be here at home.
Same with
Yeah.
girls. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because a trip is like, like I guess it's like you have to. It's more convenient dates. Like let's say.
Yeah, it's
So
like
I see your point.
you're on vacation. You're having fun the whole time. So it's good to have fun also in your hometown so that you don't. It's like to be romantic
Yeah,
also
you have to be.
in your daily life, not just on vacation.
But I mean, like 2-3 days after a trip, like that's a little close.
It's very
You're
close.
cutting her a little close. You
Yeah,
know?
I was serious. I was like, wow, I feel like there's like we're doing nothing together. Maybe because I was so used to
All the
doing
things we
everything
were
together.
doing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
I see. I hear you. No,
And
that's good.
one more thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of our travels and funny things is
Okay.
how you have changed throughout the years. Like in the beginning, I would be the one, if there was a complaint, I would be complaining about something.
Oh,
If
yeah.
something wasn't working, James would be like, oh, it's totally okay. Like we have like one bed. He's like, oh, I'll sleep in the car.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. This is like,
No, I would always just like, I didn't want to deal with that. Like,
yeah, like
But-
you didn't like to confront and like not even make a scene, just you didn't like it.
yeah, but in the wise words of our maintenance man in Spain, don't be care.
Yeah, okay, tell the don't be care story.
So like,
But okay, sorry, but before you say that, I said that because now you're not like that anymore. Now it's like I have to be like, babe, be quiet. Like, it's okay. I'm now saying it's okay.
not like annoying, but like there's
No.
things that, I used to just let slide and I'm like, why would I let that slide? And the thing is I would
And
let
then
it
later you be pissed about it.
I'd be pissed about it and it would
Hold it
build
in.
up. I'd be like, man, I'm going to kill that guy. And then I'm like, and I'm not taking your side at the time too.
Yeah.
And you have a valid point. And it's like, why am I taking these stranger sides on something that I'm going to get mad at later?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so funny.
I don't know. It's weird that it took so long to click. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, man, my brain is so weird.
It
We get so
just takes-
stubborn as humans, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I remember one time at the airport, I had my carry-on. We were going to Madeira, and the lady was like, Portugal, tap air.
Yeah.
The lady was like, oh, your carry-on is really big. You can't take it in. I was like, well, what should I do? She's like, you can't take it in if it doesn't fit in those little things.
Yeah.
And literally everyone in front of us had like check in how big theirs carry on was. And I was like, why don't you like tell them? Why are you picking on me? It seemed like she was just picking on me. Remember?
Yeah, I
And
do.
you were just like,
Yeah, I was just standing there. And then I was like,
I was like, a little backup would be nice. You're like, I'm just not like that. Don't force me to be like that. I was like, okay.
yeah, we got into it actually.
Yeah, I didn't say okay. I was like, how dare you not have my back?
Yeah, that was.
No, because you even for a long time after that brought it up. You were like, I'm just not like I don't want to do that.
No, that was towards trying to hustle for seats. That was more towards that kind of stuff, right? Because like that's
I do that.
the Persian side, right?
Yeah, like one time, tell the Lisbon story with the busy.
I don't know, whoever's traveled to Lisbon, when you want to check in, they don't have any online check-ins. Mm-hmm. You have to literally go and wait in line for the whole plane. And sometimes there's 2 planes that are like you're waiting for just to check in your bags and get your ticket.
It's just a chaotic and busy airport,
insane.
And it's not huge.
Chaotic's like an understatement. Like it's insane. Picture two large 747s, like catastrophe. Worth of people waiting to check in their luggage, and then they all have like 10 bags, you know. So we were waiting in this line, and we're like, what the heck? Because we tried to check in online all before. This was the first time we were in Lisbon. Yeah,
it was.
And like, we get to the airport, and we're like, what? This line is huge. This is crazy. Tina's like, no, I'm not waiting. I was like, well, what are you gonna do? Ah!
You and stood then like behind.
She took off. She took off, and I was like, babe, come back. And then I couldn't leave the bags, and I was like, I don't want to leave our spot. So I was like, just waiting. And then I see her. She goes right to the front, and she starts talking to this girl, and this girl's like, like pulling her hair out.
She did not.
Yo, the girl it wasn't you. She was already stressed.
She was
I'm not saying it was Tina. She comes past, and Tina's like, hey, and she's like, yeah. And then Tina talks to her, and then I see her running back and forth. She wasn't stressed because of Tina. Okay.
What I did was I confidently walked up there. No one said anything to me. I just walked up. I was like, hi, we are, what's that word where you pay extra and you're in the
priority?
We're priority. Where do we stand? Because like there was no like organized lineup or anything like that. So it's not like I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There was not like, it was not organized. Remember?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? If they're not organized, they're not going to check. So I was like, we're priority. Where do we stand? Because like, I don't want to stand in the normal like snake line that goes like back.
That people keep cutting.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, you can come now. And I look back and James is like, I'm like, come here. So he comes. I'm like, yeah, can we get 2 seats together? Like without any, like not a 3-seater. She's like, sure. And we got it and we left.
Yeah.
We got good seats too.
And I'll tell you, the whole time my back was wet. I was sweating.
For real?
Yeah, because I was like, what's going on? I got so awkward when I was standing in line.
But you weren't even with me.
I know, but you were part of me. I was like, what's going on? What is she doing?
Yeah, and then you reap the benefits of my doings.
And you know what? Shame on me. Shame on me. I didn't even say thank you.
Very true. Wow.
Babe, thank you. Thank you so much for your service.
Yeah, because he makes me sit in the center if there's a 3-seater. So I have to fend for myself.
Tina's a soldier. By myself. She's a soldier. So we have a rule. So if we're on a plane and there's...
Pretty sure last time we went somewhere, it was a guy. And I sat in the middle because he was going like this for 8 hours.
What was that trip? Madeira.
He was like this. For 8 hours.
Yeah, but he was a skinny dude. Right?
So what?
No.
What the heck?
No, it's like leg space, right? For leg space. So yeah, anyways.
James has now changed. And the funny thing is, I let it go. I'm like, yeah, this is not how he is. It's all good, right? But throughout this past year, the things that we've kind of talked about and have gone through and learned and whatever, we've talked more than ever. Would you say? Like deeply connected through so many different levels.
Yeah.
And James is just like something's just snapped in him where he's realized that the fact that he wouldn't say anything, maybe things bottled up inside of him with anyone, not just flight attendants, but like, or just at the airport, anything and anyone, even like myself with me or with family and friends. It's like, it's better to kind of let go of things right then and there properly, right? With kindness and respect, And now he's much more comfortable and confident to take
it makes sense, right?
Take what you deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying what I did at Lisbon is what I deserve. No, I saw an opportunity and I took it.
I think some of it comes from upbringing too.
Yes.
You know, like
for sure.
For me, I never really had like too much confidence in that because, you know, it was always you get what you deserve and you get very little, you know, like we didn't have like.
And then that's what you deserve.
Wasn't like a lot of love. We had a lot of love, but there's a lot of love lacking in certain areas. Just like, you know, there's probably a lot of people who can relate to me with like upbringing and stuff like that. But I think it affects you as a person. Like I would say like I'm a confident person when it comes to like talking to people, being in crowds, you know, like I don't, that stuff doesn't bother me. But like, even like I could do YouTube videos. We do these podcasts. We're on social media, all that stuff. Right.
Is it comfortable for you?
Yeah, it's very comfortable. Like I'm fine. I used to be so awkward. Remember how awkward I would get?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I used to be like, I would have a gimbal, like backpack full of camera gear, and we'd be at the CN Tower, or not CN Tower, the Eiffel Tower, and I'd be clearing that bottom out, like so Tina, I could get a shot, like a circle shot of Tina, of her walking, no
People
problem.
thought we were filming like a movie. They would clear out.
Yeah, but like, tell the server that this food isn't good. Give me another one. I'd be like, no, I'd just
I'll eat it. Yeah. Or even at drive-through.
Or do a YouTube video just us.
Or even like, taking a picture in the beginning, remember?
Yeah, taking a picture was like really awkward.
It's totally fine. Everyone is different. That's not a fault or at all.
It's just something I grew out of, right?
Yeah, it's something. I think also when you get older, you get more mature and confident, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that also happened too. And maybe when you see that you have support, like, I mean, I hope you see that I support you. So you're like, yo, someone's behind me no matter what, right?
That's why I'll go. That's why in our last trip in Spain, so we had the main story. The main story that we're trying to get to. We came back from our trip, our day trip at the beach and dinner and stuff like that. And it was late. And I opened the door. Literally, my key didn't work. It went red, and then I pulled the door open, and I was like, what the heck? It was a sliding door with a lock, and it just opened. So then what I did is I closed the door again and locked it, and then I just was able to pull it right open. So it was like our door was not locking. It was pretty unsafe.
So the whole day, our hotel room, which was a house, like one of those big container houses.
Amazing resort. These guys were amazing.
Yeah. Really nice place. It was open. Our passports were in there, like money, all of our stuff.
Yeah. I know people are going to say you should take all your money and all your passports and stuff like that. But like, not all the time I'm going to take my passport to the
sometimes
beach.
Especially when we are going to go swim and our bag is there. Yeah. It's just a little safer. So we don't always leave it. But yeah, anyways, depends on the circumstance.
Yeah. So we call maintenance. And I try to fix it. I'm a handyman. I try to like bend the latch a little bit to try to make it work. Cause
you're like, all I have to do is get in there with his fingers. Like, he's trying to do it. Yeah,
exactly. Because like my instinct is just like, I don't want to deal with anybody, you know, like naturally, you know, I'm
especially
just
if you can fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
My instinct is phone.
Yeah. So Tina's calling to get a maintenance guy. Finally, after like an hour, this guy showed up, and I get it. It was like 1 a.m. Like
it was like 11:30, 12. Yeah.
And this guy shows up. Really nice guy.
So
nice and helpful. He's like, he
had a phrase.
He had a phrase. Okay, so he bent it, and he's like, it should be good. And I was like, okay, like these locks are like they should be tough, right? I should be able to pull it. Can you pull this guy off?
Why?
He just sits in the shot. It's funny. Our cat keeps jumping on the table, looking at himself in the monitor.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Yeah, what a cutie. So this guy's bending stuff, and he pulls it, puts the lock in. He says it works, and then so I pull the latch like hard, and then it finally just opens again. And he's like, you know, it's very safe here. You know, don't be care. And he kept saying, don't be care, but.
We were just saying, he wanted to say, don't worry about it. That's what he wanted to say.
Yeah, don't worry about it. People, and then he said, I'm like, yeah, but it's the times that you don't be care that people, I didn't say that. I didn't
Yeah.
mock him, but it's the times that you're like, you don't worry about it, that stuff goes wrong.
But he
right?
also didn't understand half the things we were saying.
No,
But he did.
He did, and he understood 50%.
He just wanted to be like, go to sleep.
Go to
Your
sleep, it's
door will
fine.
be open, not locked, but
Yeah.
you're fine. It's a safe resort because it was an actual resort and it was really nice and safe.
Yeah,
Because
he
it had a
went-
gate.
It had a
too.
gate. It was good. It was fine, but it's like, I don't go to sleep without locking the door.
Yeah,
Like
we
not
didn't feel
anymore.
safe.
We don't do that, and we're
Yeah.
not in our home country.
And we're reading a book that like tells us to trust our intuition.
Yeah,
so.
like the book I'm reading literally tells us like we make these excuses, and this is when stuff happens.
Yeah, we're like,
So,
hell
like,
no.
I'm like,
this is not it.
yo, this is not. I'm not doing this.
And this
man.
guy kept saying,
He
like,
kept saying,
don't be care.
Just
Don't be care.
Don't be care.
Don't
Yeah,
be
that's
care.
good,
So
man. Don't be
we're
care.
like trying to pack because we want our room to be moved to another room.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, just pack. Like, we can move you guys.
Yeah.
And this guy won't stop talking. And all he says is, nothing's going to happen, basically. Maybe they come and take your phone and money. That's all they want.
Yeah,
We're like,
no.
what?
Nobody's gonna come with
Don't
gun
be
or
care.
knife. Don't be care.
Yeah.
Don't be care. They just take money. The people, if they want something, it's just
Money,
cell
phone,
Don't
camera.
be care.
Don't be
care. We're
care.
like, what the hell? Like, don't
We're
even
like-
say that if you don't want us to. Don't be care. Like, don't tell us that.
It was so funny.
Oh man.
So the rest of the trip, every second anything happened, we would tell each other, don't be care.
Don't be care. That's one of the things I want to tell you guys. When life throws curveballs at you, things get hard. You're just really down on your luck. Just look up to the sky, and don't be care.
Don't be care.
Don't be care.
That's the motto that we have. He
That's the
was
motto.
so awesome.
I
man.
should get that tattooed. Don't be care. Now the thing is it don't be scared or don't like? No, I think it's don't be scared.
No, I think
Don't
he
be
meant
scared.
don't worry.
That's the thing. It's a 50-50. It's a deuce.
Yeah.
Don't be care. Could be
Don't be
don't be
scared.
scared or don't care. Don't
But
worry.
how are you not scared if someone's gonna come in, a stranger comes into your hotel room and takes your money and cell phone? That's scary, man.
Yeah, it's definitely not a pleasant situation. So you would be care.
Yeah, you would care.
You'd be care. Right? Man, that needs to go in the dictionary.
Yeah. So
Don't be
what
care.
happened after? We moved our room. This is what you did the next day. This is
Oh.
the climax
your-
of the story was
your
don't
boy
be
stood
care.
up. Your boy
But,
stood up.
Yeah.
Well, Tina set the stage for me. She's like,
I was like, we should get
we should get compensated.
because we literally were moving. Imagine we're
Yeah, we had to
packing
pack up
our
and, like-
suitcase, everything that was out already for maybe a day. We had to pack again and move to another room. And James actually brings his iPad or laptop and an HDMI cord, and we watch like the shows that we watch at home to kind of feel like we're at home when we come at night. We
Yeah,
come
it's
to
just
them.
nice to kind of keep a little bit of our same routine.
Yeah,
you know?
it's really nice. So we pack everything and we go to a nicer room, like a bigger room.
Yeah,
with
it was
2
bigger.
rooms.
They definitely hooked us up. They were nice about it.
Yeah, it was a kitchen, living room, and 2 rooms.
I mean,
But
that's that's
obviously
fair.
Yeah, but then we were saying literally it was like 2 a.m. when we went to sleep.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, well, we were up then because now we were all like doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we went to the
next
in the
morning.
the next morning we were like, let's go
You went. I didn't.
let's go get breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to go see what they can do to compensate this, Because at the end of the day, it's like things fail.
Yeah,
It's not their
normal.
fault. Like it's a lock. It is what it is, right? But still, we had to deal with that on our vacation when you were supposed to relax.
Yeah.
So I went there and then I said, hey, so what can we do? And they already beat me to it, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
This place was really good. They
Yeah.
kind of beat me to it, and they said, hey, so we're gonna give you a free breakfast for today. For what you went through last night. Now, this restaurant, I think it's a Michelin rated.
Yeah.
It's not like the high Michelin, but it's like a Michelin rated
It
restaurant.
was really
It's
nice.
really good. It's not
Fresh food.
Yeah, everything is
Oh,
fresh, like
no, I
chef. Like
want it.
it's a proper restaurant. It's one of the best restaurants in that area.
Big
And yeah, and they're like, we're gonna give you a breakfast for that
This
because we did
morning.
that, right? And I was like, you can do it for the whole stay, like
Because
like
we have 4 more days.
we got 4 more days. Like you just put it on for the whole stay. Like that's kind of a pain in the ass.
What did they say?
They said okay. I
That's
was like,
nice. Just like
yeah,
that.
they just said okay.
Of
Like
course.
I didn't have to argue with them.
Yeah.
That was fair. I think the way you present it, that's what I'm realizing, right? Like I wasn't mad. I
Yeah.
just felt like,
You were
they could do
confident.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did. And they were cool about it. And even at the end I still had to check just to make sure.
Oh yeah.
And they did try to finesse it a little bit. They tried to be like, "Oh, so you owe like this much." It was like 60 euros, which is like breakfast for like
one day?
One day for it's like 30 euros per person. It's expensive place. The hotel wasn't expensive; it was very affordable. But the restaurant is like it's a highly rated place.
The
right?
hotel was like, I think we paid 200 something
with tax per night.
per night,
and it's like a really nice resort. Like they had movie nights, they had different things.
Yeah, it was really nice.
But yeah, so I told them no, it was for the whole stay, and they're like, no problem. Sorry, my mistake.
And then he came back to the room and told me that story exactly the same, but even juicier. And I was like, I'm proud of you. Good job.
I was so pumped.
I was like, wow,
it feels good to get those successful wins. I see what you're on.
It's like a high.
Yeah, it's a high. Tina's always chasing that.
Every morning we would go for breakfast. It was so nice,
Yeah,
we're like yes.
This
it was
is
delicious breakfast.
Walking around like this is my place. Yo, I'll take that omelet for 2.
I earned this.
Yeah, I earned this.
Yeah, so you could order. Oh, it was such a good breakfast buffet, and you could order stuff.
Yeah, they would give you like a
Remember
plate
the
of
tomatoes that I would
Yeah.
eat every morning?
Yeah.
It was like from their garden or something. Oh, I love that.
For any Canadian listeners listening to our podcast, I want to tell you, if you go to Europe, one of the best, like low-key and underrated things to eat for breakfast is sliced tomatoes with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Just throw that on them.
You
and
started
cut
eating
them
that
up.
in Rome.
Yeah, that was because they didn't have something. So I was like, just bring me tomatoes and I'll have some bacon. I was like, let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
I even remember where that restaurant was.
Yeah, and it's a good restaurant.
Yeah.
It's an American style restaurant there.
Yeah, we have so many funny memories from traveling, don't we?
Yeah, all tons. And then the moral of the story after all of this though is don't be care.
Just don't be care.
Don't be care.
Anything that happens, just don't be care. That's actually a good motto for me.
Don't be care. I think we
be
should
care.
make some merch. I wish I had a picture of that guy. I would put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I would give him 10% of the profits.
He was so cute.
Yeah, he was a really kind man. Just working hard at his job. Sweating so much.
Because it was so hot, man.
Yeah.
It was nighttime and it was like probably 30.
Yeah.
We're not used to it for nighttime.
No. Jeez, that AC was nice though.
Yeah, it's really nice. What a good trip. That was an amazing trip. Do we have a Spain and Andorra video coming?
We do. We're almost done it. So we're going to post that soon.
Yeah, so you guys can kind of see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just working on some of the music for the one part. And once I finish making that, then we'll post it up in our travel playlist. You guys should check that out. Spain and Andorra, a good combo because you can get the mountains, cool, fresh
fly
air.
into Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then drive to Andorra. It's 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Andorra, you got to cross the border because it's not part of Europe. So they do stamp your passport and all that.
So you got to make sure they stamp when you leave.
Yeah, so they know you left the country.
They told us that. We got the same guy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like when we were in Lisbon on the tram, the famous tram.
Yeah, we took that, was it line 28?
Another great story. Yeah, 28. Tramline 28 is the one that takes you around Lisbon and you see basically all of the
Why isn't it a good story?
I said that's another good story.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I thought you said that's not a good story.
You should zoom in on your face from that.
I was like, man, I love that guy.
Yeah, it was the best.
So cool. Yeah.
So cute. We basically took the tram. You took us to sit in the front with him. It wasn't me.
No. You asked if so. This tram was so busy, and there was these two older men. When the tram came, literally they knew we were tourists, so they literally just put their arms around us and pushed us in, because
we were like, we'll go on the next one because it was so busy.
And he's like, no. And he pushed us in right into the front. It was just packed out. And so Tina's like, you know, it's like
It
all these
was
people are
me.
sweaty. She's kind of like cramped up, and she asked the driver, "Hey, can I stand behind you?" Like literally
He had a
behind his
little
driver,
spot, yeah.
behind his driver's seat. He's like, "Sure, why not?" So we stood there, and then we started talking to the guy, and we just kind of we
He
both
was
hit
so
it off. He was
nice.
so nice. He's young. He's about our age
He
too.
used to be in the army, and that was his job. He started it.
Yeah.
So we hit it off with him, and he took us everywhere, and he told us where to go, and we got off.
We got off, and then we wanted to catch a ride back by using the same tram,
Yeah.
and then it was him again. We're like, oh, he's like, yeah, what the heck? Yeah, how's
And
it
then he
going?
didn't charge us.
Didn't charge us.
Didn't
know?
like scan our ticket.
No, he's like, yo, no, use it the next time. And then we were like, a few days later, it was just random. We're like, you know what?
Let's just take
Let's
the
just
tram.
take
It's
it.
so fun.
Yeah, it's right there. I don't want to walk. We don't want to walk up that huge hill.
Yeah.
We get on. He's like, yo, what the heck?
It was him again.
Yeah, we saw him 3 times, man.
It was the best.
I love that. You know what the hardest part about that is? You fall in love with these people, and you're like, you just don't want to, like, you know.
Yeah.
You meet like
You
meet
lose
them.
touch, right?
Yeah, and you like remember the guy from Greece,
Sesame.
Love and Sesame. You know, like you just want to go back and say hi to them. You know.
Don't you have him on your Facebook?
I do.
There you go. I think once you connect on social media, then you can stay friends. I think one of our goals can be making sure that we connect with the people we meet. Like, for instance, the people in Dolomites that we've met, right?
Yeah.
And then just like hang out with them. It's nice because then you feel kind of part of that country.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think, well, we have in Madeira. So that's.
Oh, Madeira, they're our family. C'est Boutique Hotel.
Yeah.
They're
I think that only
Madeira.
applies to people who want to travel in the same spots.
It's the best.
I honestly think it is that we keep going back. We don't go back. We go back to the same places, but we kind of travel the same countries, let's say, because we want to get the country down. Because you just find like spots, and then the vacation doesn't feel like a vacation. It feels like home away from home kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not tired after the vacation.
Yeah, because you know where to go. You don't have to research. You go have fun. You switch it up. You can do whatever you want. You know the area. You know what to expect.
Yeah.
There's no real surprises.
Okay, let's do one more story and end it.
Okay.
It's the story of the first time we ever went to Europe, which was Rome. And we stayed in Rome for a week. We had a week off because he used to work in Alberta and only had 10 days off.
Oh, yeah.
So poor guy works 3 weeks. And I'm like, he comes home. I'm like, let's go to Rome.
Exhausted. I literally landed the same day we left.
And literally, we walked like 50,000 steps a day.
I'm already doing that. I was already doing that.
I feel so bad. See, that's a really nice thing that you did for me. And you do that for me all the time.
When we first started traveling to Europe, Tina, all she did, like we just discovered scooters and freaking using cabs and Uber like the last
We didn't
few
want to
years.
spend too much money, right?
We didn't want to spend too much money, but come on, like
Yeah, we didn't take
we
taxis.
walked
There was
so
no Uber
much.
then, babe.
No, there was no Uber,
That's
but
the
there was Uber
funniest
when
part.
it came out here.
Yeah. And there was no birdies, the scooters.
Yeah, I guess we would have just had to take taxi. But man, I guess that's the OG way of doing it.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's like,
But like
it was so expensive, man. It was
Yeah.
so I was like, let's walk. It's so beautiful. Anyway, so we were in Rome, and we started eating, at the busy areas, and we were like, what the heck is this pasta? Tastes disgusting. It says Rome, we have to eat good food, blah blah blah. So then James started to research, and before, like, this was maybe the second day, because the first day we were like, hell no, this can't be it right now. Like,
Yeah,
Italian
no.
food, this is not it. Then we were walking, we went to the Colosseum, we saw the couple of soldiers, because it was the Paris attack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the terrorists had, I think, escaped, and they didn't know where they were, so there were soldiers with guns everywhere.
Yeah.
And James like, look at their guns, they look so sick. And they looked cool, those guys.
Gangster.
Yeah. And the uniform, he's like, do you think if I ask them, like, they'll let me take a picture with them? Remember? I was like, yeah,
And they're,
ask,
like, on
why not?
Full guard duty.
Yeah, they're serious, obviously. It's like under attack, And James is like, can I take a picture with you? They were like, no.
I was like, sick gun, bro. I know a lot about guns.
Yeah.
I was like, nice gun. He just didn't say anything.
They're probably tripped out,
I was
right?
probably so sus.
Yeah. And then, but for you to do that, because that was the first trip ever, to ask somebody to take a picture, you must have loved their guns. So anyway, they said no. And then we saw this drunk guy. He had a champagne bottle and he was drinking it. He was Italian.
Yeah.
Just like walking funny. I don't know why, but we asked
No,
him.
we were like, okay, we need to find somewhere to eat. And
We
you're
were
like, ask a
hungry.
local. Ask a local. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we saw this guy. He just turns around. He's like, "Ugh." He's got a huge bottle of wine just out in public. Just
No
smashed.
English.
No English. Well, a little, very little.
Very little.
Smashed. Like
Yeah.
middle of the day. It was like, what, 12? It was
12.
noon.
Yeah.
This guy's already wasted. And we're like, good. Eat, like good.
Oh,
good
no,
food.
I said restaurante.
Restaurant. Tina
Because
kept
that's
saying
the
restaurante.
only word
too.
I knew. And I would tell everybody, excuse me, can you help us find a restaurante?
I'm like, I don't know. So we said, yeah, restaurante and like eat like good food. He's like, down there, straight,
Left.
left, right, Millville, right, left, go. We're like, okay, man.
I was like, there's no way we can find
No way
it.
we're gonna find it. We're like,
Bro.
we went straight down, just turned left, turned right,
Milvio was...
found.
And the sign is like this small. It's not a big place.
We've missed it going back to that place.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like the fact that we found it, I guess we were very attentive at the time, but we found it, and it's like,
It was luck, man.
yeah, it was. It's one of the best
Snack
places. Like you can get full for 13 euros
Oh, yeah.
for the both of us.
Easy. Yeah.
Like it's crazy cheap
It's
and so good.
Pizzas, little snacks, like everything. They have everything.
We've had very good luck. We're fortunate.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunate.
And thankfully, we haven't had any bad experiences. That's really huge.
Yeah.
Only thing is the guy in Paris.
I think it's how you look at it.
Is the old man in the subway.
Yeah, that's another story.
Maybe for another
We'll save
time.
that for the next
Yeah.
one. Well, I think we should conclude this.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe this episode wants to or makes you feel like traveling, and you should. Traveling is the best. It's the best to travel and make memories than to spend money on really like materialistic things.
yeah, I like it better. I
Oh,
like
for
both,
sure.
actually. Not going to lie.
Yeah, you do. We hope you enjoyed our stories. This was just us having fun, and you were just hanging out with us, basically. That's
Yeah,
how
we're
we
just
feel.
Yeah. Wanna
Next
have a
time,
good
maybe
time.
we'll talk about something more interesting and like serious. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we'll mix it up. You guys can let us know what you want us to talk about,
Yeah.
or if you don't want us to talk, we can just sit
We're
here.
basically talking to our
breathe in the mic.
few friends.
Yeah, we love
Watch
you guys.
us.
You guys are the best.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, guys.
We hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Yeah, bye, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.